Dear students, I will to discuss the refraction in single spherical surface. Know that refraction in plane surface, similarly refraction in spherical surface. You have to know what is spherical surface. Consider a solid sphere. This is what? Solid sphere. What is solid sphere? Inside is filled. The ಒಳಗಡೆ fill up ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. This is what? Solid sphere. This is the denser medium. This is rarer. ಇದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು denser, optically denser. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು optically rarer. Now what is spherical surface? Spherical surface. A spherical surface is a part of the solid sphere. This is the whole solid sphere. I am going to cut the solid sphere. Then we will get, ನೋಡಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, this is what? Denser. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಥರ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಥರ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Look at here. This is the denser, this is the rarer medium. Depends upon the spherical surface, depends upon the refracting spherical surface. We are going to classify into two types: convex spherical surface and concave spherical surface. This is what is convex spherical surface. The refracting surface is convex towards the rarer medium. It's called convex spherical surface. This is concave spherical surface. The refracting surface, the concave refracting surface is towards the rarer medium, and this is the denser medium. There are two types of spherical surfaces: convex spherical surface and concave spherical surface. This is the convex spherical surface, this is the concave spherical surfaces. Know that what is spherical surface? It is a part of the solid sphere. I clear this? By using spherical surfaces, here single spherical surfaces. Now I am going to explain refraction in single spherical surface. You can take concave, or you can take concave or convex spherical surfaces. Here I am using convex spherical surfaces. Also by using single spherical surfaces, I am going to derive the expressions. Here also I am using Cartesian sign conventions. Now to discuss the terms used in the single spherical surface. Suppose this is the single spherical surface xy. What is xy? Xy is the spherical surface. P. What is P? Pole of the spherical surface. What is C? Center of curvature. This is what? Principal axis. Now we know that here all the distances are measured from the pole of a spherical surface. Now the distances measured against to the direction of incident light taken as negative. The distances measured in the direction of incident light is taken as positive. Is clear? Now so here I am using the another term xy. What is xy? Xy is called aperture. The very important term xy. This is xy. What is xy? Xy is what? Aperture. What is aperture? Aperture means the surface available for refraction or the area available for refraction. This is the surface available for refraction. It's called aperture. If aperture is small, if surface is small, then we can do angle approximation. If surface is small, angles are very small. First let us discuss the refraction in single spherical surface. Also the very important question, the relation between n, u, v and r using refraction in single spherical surface. What is n? Refractive index. what is your object distance? The distance from pole to the place of the object is called object distance. What is the image distance? The distance from pole to place of the image is called image distance. What is our radius of curvature? You know that this is r. What is our radius of curvature? This is pole, this is principal axis, xy is aperture. Here I am using small aperture. For small aperture, angles are very small. And also this question carries 5 marks. It is very important question for point of examination. Very important. We will discuss the refraction in single spherical surface. Now look at here, this is the single spherical surface. Now here I am going to show that. Consider a single spherical surface. This is xy. xy is a single spherical surface. This is what? Pole. What is P? Pole. What is C? Center of curvature. This is what? Principal axis. Here I am using point object. This point object. From the point object we consider number of rays of light. This is called real object. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಲೈಟ್ ರೇಸ್ ಡೈವರ್ಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಮೈ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್. ನಾವು ಚುಕ್ಕಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಚುಕ್ಕಿ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ ರೇಸ್ ಡೈವರ್ಜಸ್. ವರ್ಚುವಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ light rays appears to converges, but in practical life no virtual object. Just you have to imagine, in practical life we are using real object. It's clear? Now here I am using point object. This is rarer medium. This is what? Denser medium. This is denser. This refractive index is n1. This refractive index is what? n2. Denser, higher refractive index. So consider a point object O. What is O? Point object. Here O is the point object. Now from the point object we consider the number of rays of light. ಎಷ್ಟು rays ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. But to get image here I am using 2 to 3 rays of light. Now from the point object, first the ray passes on the principal axis. ನೋಡಿ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಟ್ ರೇ ಆ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಟು ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅಪರ್ಚರ್. ಇಯರ್ XY. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ XY? ಅಪರ್ಚರ್. ಈ ಅಪರ್ಚರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಪರ್ಪೆಂಡಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್. ನೌ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ರೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್. ನೌ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಅದರ್ ರೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. This is oblique to the surface. You know that it undergoes refraction because due to change in the medium, the refraction of light change. The refraction. After refraction, the two or more rays meet at one point. At this point, image is formed. Here I took point object, we get point image. This is the point object. This is the point image. Now here O. N or OM. Here I am using OM. What is OM? OM is the incident ray. OM is the incident ray. MI is the refracted ray. Now the distance from pole to center of curvature is R. What is our radius of curvature? The distance from pole to place of the object is called U. What is U? Object distance. The distance from pole to place of the image is called image distance. Got it? Here object, O is the real object, I is the real image, U is the object distance, V is the image distance, R is the radius of curvature. You have to write that in this figure. Object distance, V image distance, or radius of curvature ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಅದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Now what is the relation between N, U, V and R? Very important. Look at here. What is the important expression for N, U and V? Here I told that I am using small aperture. For small aperture angles are very small. Now to draw the normal, to calculate angle of incidence and angle of refraction, you have to draw the normal. You draw the normal. Here CM. What is CM? CM is normal. For normal incidence, no refraction. Now we got angle of incidence. I. What is I? Angle of incidence. What is R? Angle of refraction. Here I is angle of incidence, R is angle of refraction. Now angles, the other angles are, this angle is alpha, this angle is beta, and this angle is gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma are the angles formed. Here I am using small aperture to keep in your mind. Now here first I am using the right angle triangle. Look at here, the right angle triangle OPM. In triangle OPM, in triangle OPM, look at here, this is the triangle. In triangle OPM, this angle is alpha. Now apply tan. What is tan? Tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to opposite by adjacent, MP by PO. MP by PO. Similarly, in triangle MPC, MPC is the right angle triangle. In this triangle, angle is beta, apply tan. What is tan beta? Tan beta is equal to opposite by adjacent. Tan beta is equal to opposite by adjacent, MP by PC. Now take another triangle, in right angle triangle MPI. MPI. In right angle triangle MPI, this here the angle is gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma. This the right angle triangle MPI, this angle is gamma. Apply tan. Tan gamma is equal to opposite by adjacent. Tan gamma is equal to MP. MP by PI. Here I am using small aperture. For small aperture, angles are very small. For small aperture, angles approximation or angles are very small. We can do angles approximation. I told that tan alpha is equal to alpha because I am using small aperture. For small aperture, these angles are very small. Tan beta is equal to beta. Tan gamma is equal to gamma. So in the place of tan alpha, I am writing alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is equal to MP by PO. Beta is equal to, tan beta is equal to beta. Beta is equal to MP by PC. Tan gamma is equal to gamma. Gamma is equal to MP by PI. It's clear? May I clear this? Now I am using the other triangles. Look at here, the other triangle. The other triangle is triangle MOC. Once again, triangle MOC. In triangle MOC, I is the exterior angle, alpha, beta are the interior angles. In triangle MOC, look at here, this is MOC. This is the exterior angle, this is the interior opposite angles, alpha, beta. In triangle MOC, exterior angle is equal to sum of the interior opposite angles, alpha plus beta. Now I is equal to, what is alpha? Alpha is equal to MP by PO. MP by PO. What is beta? Beta is equal to MP by PC. This is equation 1. I am using it as equation 1. So similarly, you take another triangle. In the another triangle MIC. In triangle MIC, look at here, MIC. In this triangle, beta is the exterior angle, R and gamma are the interior opposite angles. This is the triangle MIC, which is the exterior angle, suppose this is the interior angle R, this is gamma, this angle is beta. Beta is equal to R plus gamma. It is clear? May I clear this? Beta is equal to exterior angle is equal to sum of the interior opposite angles R plus gamma. Take gamma to the left hand side. R is equal to beta minus gamma. What is beta? Look at here. Beta is equal to MP by PC. MP by PC. What is gamma? Gamma is equal to MP by PI. This equation is taken as 2. Now, you know that this is the aperture. Aperture means surface. We know that here refraction means it obeys laws of refraction. I am using second law of refraction, that is Snell's law. Snell's law means for two medium, sin I by sin R is equal to N2 by N1. From Snell's law. From Snell's law. N1 refractive index of first medium, N2 refractive index of second medium, I angle of incidence, R angle of refraction. From Snell's law, sin I by sin R ಎರಡು medium ಇದ್ದಾಗ N2 by N1 ಅಂತ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. But here we are using small aperture. For small apertures, angles are small. Then I am going to write sin I is equal to I, sin R is equal to R for small apertures. In the place of I, for sin I, in the place of sin R, I by R is equal to N2 by N1. Now cross multiplication, N1 into I, N1I, R akade tagoli, N2 into R, N1I is equal to N2R, which is I am taking as equation 3. Now using I, R in equation 3, or using equation 1 and 2, using equation 1 and 2 in equation 3 we get, here look at here, N1 into I, N1I. What is I? MP by PO, MP by PO plus MP by PC is equal to N2 into R. What is R? Here R is MP by PC minus MP by PI. MP by PC minus MP by PI. Okay, this is PI. Here you take MP outside. Here also MP, here also MP. You take MP outside. Here N1 inside, MP outside. Here MP outside, N2 inside. Take MP outside. Remaining is N1 by PO plus N1 inside, N1 by PC is equal to, here N2 inside, MP outside, MP outside, N2 by PC minus N2 by PI, N2 by PI. Is clear? Now MP you cancel MP on both sides, N1 by PO plus N1 by PC is equal to N2 by PC minus N2 by PI. Here I am using sign conventions. We are using Cartesian sign conventions in this chapter. Using Cartesian sign convention. Cartesian sign conventions. Here all the distances are measured from pole PO, P to O. The incident ray is going in this direction, but I am going opposite. PO is minus U, because for real object the object distance is always negative. We are all using real object. PC, look at here, PC is R. The incident ray is going in this direction. I am also going in this direction. PC is equal to R plus R. PC is equal to plus R. And PI, this is PI. The incident ray is going in this direction. I am also going in this direction. Sign convention is positive. PI is plus V. Now I am using minus u, r and v in this expression. The terms are n1 by PO. PO is what? Minus u plus PC plus r into PC. PC is plus r into Pi is plus v. Now you take minus to the numerator, minus n1 by u. You take minus n2 by v to the left hand side. It is plus n2 by v. Just by rearranging the terms, n2 by r plus n1 by r to the right hand side, minus plus means right side minus n1 by r. Here r, denominator r is there, take common denominator. Here minus n1 by u plus n2 by v is equal to n2 minus n1 by r. This is the very important relation between n, u and v. Refractive indices, object distance and image distance and radius of curvature for single spherical surface. The formula is minus n1 by u plus n2 by v is equal to n2 minus n1. Difference is in the refractive indices, because denser is higher refractive index, rarer is low refractive index, by r. In terms of sentence, you have to keep the formula in terms of sentence. This formula I am using in lens makers formula. You have to remember that in sentence. N1, what is N1? Refractive index of first medium, u object distance. Refractive index of first medium by object distance plus refractive index of second medium by image distance is equal to differences in the refractive indices by radius of curvature. Is clear? May I clear this? It's very important derivation. Dear students, now let us discuss the very important phenomena of light, that is total internal reflection of light. So refraction ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಇದ್ದಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಂಗೆ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಹೌದು, ಈ ಒಂದು ಫಿನಾಮಿನಾ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್? ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, 100%, ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ 100% ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್? ಎಸ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ ನೀವು ಮಿರರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನೋ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಿರರ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ನಾನು ಮಿರರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಲೇ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ TIR, total internal reflection of light. Consider a interface or surface. This interface separates the two mediums. One is denser medium, other one is rarer medium. Now this is the denser medium. Denser means higher refractive index. Other than air and vacuum is denser medium. This is rarer medium. This refractive index, this first medium is refractive index n1, second medium refractive index n2. Here assume yourself I am using point object. This is the point object. O. What is O? O is the point object. I am placing the point object in the denser medium. This refractive index is n1. Now this refractive index is n2. Now ಇದೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು, now the ray of light travels from rarer to denser. The refracted ray is towards the normal. The ray of light travels from denser to rarer. The refracted ray is away from the normal. I clear this? Rarer to denser, refracted ray hatra barutte. Denser to rarer, refracted ray is away. You have to know. Here the rays of light travels from denser to rarer. Keep it in your mind. Now from the object we consider the number of rays of light. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Now from the object the light rays, first the light ray is normal to the interface, is perpendicular to the interface or perpendicular to the surface. It goes as it is. OP is the incident ray from the object, it goes as it is, PQ. OP is the incident ray, PQ is the transmitted. Now from the object you consider other rays of light. Know that this is the normal means no refraction, it doesn't obey the Snell's law. You know that I is equal to R, I is equal to 0, R is equal to 0. For normal incidence, I 0, R 0. May I clear this? Now consider other rays of light from the object. So all the other rays of light from the object. Look at here, these are all other rays of light. Here I0 means I am increasing the angle of incidence. This is I increases, this is I, angle of incidence. Now from the object the rays travels from denser medium to rarer medium, optically denser to optically rarer. Optically denser means higher refractive index is more, optically rarer means lesser refractive index. Now it falls on the surface, you know that partly refraction, partly reflection. The ray falls on the interface, we are going to see that partly refraction, partly reflection. This is partially internal reflection, but we want total internal reflection. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ, ಇದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. Got it? Now here just I am neglecting this. Now you draw the normal. This is R, this is the angle of incidence, this is angle of incidence, this is angle of refraction. Now you increase the angle of incidence. If the angle of incidence increases, then the angle of refraction also increases. Look at here. If angle of incidence increases, the angle of refraction also increases. Got it? This is R. I increases, R also, illiginta I ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ, illiginta R ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದೆ. I increases, R also increases. Similarly, you increase the angle of incidence. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರಿ. Now angle of, look at here, this is the angle of incidence. The angle of incidence increases at one particular angle, the refracted ray grazes on the surface. At one particular incidence, the refracted ray falls on the interface or grazes on the interface. Look at here, draw the normal. This is the angle of incidence. This R is equal to 90 degree. This I is equal to, I am taking IC. What is IC? IC is equal to critical angle. Look at here, this is for I is equal to IC. For critical angle, the refracted ray grazes the surface. Now what is critical angle? It is the angle of incidence in the denser medium at which R is 90 degree, or the angle of refraction is 90 degree, or the refracted ray grazes on the interface or surface. Now once again you increase the angle of incidence. Now the ray is completely reflected back. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಂಗಲ್ಗೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ TIR, total internal reflection. Now you draw the normal. This is I, this is I greater than IC. Here I is equal to IC, here I greater than IC. This ray is totally reflected ray. Right. Now what is TIR? A ray of light travels from optically denser medium to optically rarer medium. Then the ray is completely reflected back to the same medium. Here I passed the ray of light in the denser medium, but once again the ray is in the denser medium. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಮೀಡಿಯಮಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನೋ ಅದೇ ಮೀಡಿಯಮಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್? ಹೌದು. This is not mirror. I am not using mirror, but we got TIR, total internal reflection. Suppose if you use mirror, suppose you mirror use ಮಾಡಿ, this is mirror. In mirror we not get 100% reflection. How sir? How 100% reflection is not possible in mirror? If we take the ray of light, the mirror itself absorbs the light, some part of light absorbed by the medium, because the mirror is made up of glass. The glass itself absorbs the light. So total reflection is not possible. Reflection ಆಗುತ್ತೆ but not TIR. But this is TIR. No waste of energy, no loss of energy. So you got it? This is TIR. So look at here, this is the critical angle, this is the deciding angle. If the angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, the ray is total reflected or totally reflected back, a total internal reflection. If the angle of incidence is less than critical angle, if I is less than IC, we are going to see that refraction. If the angle of incidence is greater than IC, complete reflection. Look at here, this is critical angle. If you go back, if indik banni, if indik bandre IC ginta kammi, I is less than IC. If I is less than IC, know that refraction and partly reflection. I neglected that reflected, partly reflected. If I is greater than IC, this is IC, mundik hodre greater than IC. If I is greater than IC, reflection. If I is less than IC, it obeys laws of refraction. If I greater than IC, it obeys laws of reflection. This is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is loss of refraction, this is loss of reflection. You got it? This phenomena is TIR. Now critical angle is very important, because at critical angle the refracted ray grazes on the interface. You got it? Now what are the conditions to get TIR? The conditions for TIR. See that, look at here the conditions. Suppose the first condition is to get TIR, some conditions are there. Here what are the conditions? Discuss one by one. The two conditions. First condition, the ray of light travels from optically denser medium to optically rarer medium. Optically denser means higher refractive index to lower refractive index. Denser to rarer ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. higher refractive index to lower refractive index ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಏನಾಗೋದಕ್ಕೆ? TIR. Suppose I am going to pass the light from rarer to denser. Is it possible? No. Look at here. Now this is rarer, this is denser. Now this is the normal. Now the ray of light travels from rarer, optically rarer to optically denser. Look at here, refraction. You got it? No TIR. That's why to get TIR, the ray must be travels from optically denser to optically rarer. Denser to rarer ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Right? The first condition, you got it? May I clear this? Now the second condition. The second condition, the angle of incidence in the denser medium must be greater than the critical angle. Look at here, the angle of incidence in the denser medium is greater than the critical angle. ಈ critical angle ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. This is critical angle. At critical angle, R is 90 degree. The refracted ray grazes on the interface. You know that I is less than IC, it obeys laws of refraction. I is greater than IC, it obeys laws of reflection. That's why to get TIR, the angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. You got it? May I clear this? Now we are going to discuss the very important relation, the relation between refractive index and critical angle. What is the relation between refractive index and critical angle? We know that critical angle is the deciding angle. If I is less than IC, it obeys laws of refraction. If I is greater than IC, it obeys laws of reflection. But I is equal to IC, the refracted ray ಆ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Now relation between critical angle and refractive index. Between critical angle and refractive index, critical angle. Here we know that this is the interface or the surface. Now this is the ray of light, denser medium, refractive index N1. Here I am using N. What is the refractive index of denser medium? This is what? Rarer. Here refractive index is 1. For air approximately 1, 1.0002 then can be written as approximately 1 for rarer, means air medium. Know that at critical angle, the incident angle is equal to the critical angle the refracted ray grazes on the surface PQ QR. At I is equal to IC. This is the XY interface. I is equal to IC, R is equal to 90 degree. Now to this surface or to this interface apply the Snell's law, or by using Snell's law of refraction. From Snell's law, to XY, or using Snell's law to XY. What is the XY? XY means interface. So apply Snell's law, you know that sin I divided by sin R is equal to N2 by N1. So this is N1 or this is N2. This is first medium. The light is going in denser medium. This is, I took first medium. This is second medium. Rarer medium is second medium. Here I. What is I? I is equal to IC. What is IC? Critical angle. I is equal to IC. For I is equal to IC, know that R is equal to 90 degree. The angle of refraction is 90 degree. May I clear this? Now sin I is equal to IC R. What is R here? 90 degree is equal to here N2. N2 is 1 rarer medium. N2 is 1 for air medium. Then N1 is N for denser medium. N2 is equal to 1, N1 is equal to N. Now sin 90 is 1. Now sin IC by 1 is equal to 1 by N. This way the important relation is sin IC is equal to 1 by N, or by interchanging IC is equal to sin inverse of 1 by N. The critical, this is the very important relation between critical angle and refractive index of the denser medium or given medium. IC is equal to sin inverse of 1 by N. This IC is inversely proportional to refractive index. If refractive index is more, critical angle is less. If refractive index is less, critical angle is more. We know that if refractive index is more, optical density is more. In that medium, light travels with lesser speed. If refractive index is less, optical density is less, in that medium light travels with greater speed. You got it? May I clear this? Diamond has highest refractive index. For diamond, density is more, optical density is more, refractive index is more. In the diamond, light travels with lesser speed. You got it? Now what are the values, or what is the relation between, what are the values for refractive index of water and refractive index of diamond, refractive index of glass to the critical angle? Look at here. Substance, here water, refractive index is 1.33. Now that refractive index is less for water compared to glass and diamond. If refractive index is less, we know that IC is equal to sin inverse of 1 by N. If refractive index of water is 1.33, I am using here IC is equal to sin inverse of 1 by 1.33. I know that after calculation we get the value critical angle for water is 48.7 degree, 75 degree or approximately 48 degree. Critical angle of water with respect to air is 48.75 degree. Now the what glass, similarly glass and diamond. For crown glass and dense flint glass. For crown glass, refractive index is 1.52, critical angle is 41.14 degree. If refractive, look at here, if refractive index increases, if refractive index here, if refractive index increases, critical angle decreases. Critical angle decreases. If n increases, critical angle decreases. For diamond, highest refractive index 2.42, the critical angle is 24.41 degree. This is for water, this is for diamond. What is diamond? Critical angle for diamond is 24.41 degree. So critical angle is less, refractive index is more. That's why the speed is less in the diamond. Speed of light is less in the diamond. Compared to diamond and water, speed of we know that speed is more in water compared to diamond. Compared to air and water, speed of light in air is greater than water. That's why if refractive index increases, critical angle decreases. If critical angle increases, refractive index decreases. You got it? May I clear this? Now next is applications of TIR or uses of TIR. What are the applications of TIR? Dear students, let us discuss the applications of total internal reflection of light, a TIR. First application is sparkling of diamond. We will discuss what is sparkling of diamond, what is the principle to sparkle, discuss. Second application is mirage. In the desert regions, we are going to observe or we are going to see the images of the object. We called mirage. Third application is optical fiber. Actually, we are using optical fiber in communication. So, important application. Fourth one is total reflecting prism. We are using the prisms for reflecting purpose. We are using TIR phenomenon in total reflecting prism. To discuss one by one. First one, brilliance or sparkling of diamond. Sparkling or brilliance of diamond. Know that here we are using the refractive index and critical angle. We know that relation between critical angle and refractive index is IC is equal to sine inverse of 1 by n. You know that refractive index of diamond is 2.42 and critical angle of diamond with respect to air is 24.42 degree or 24 degree 24 minutes. This is important. If critical angle is less, means refractive index is more. If refractive index is more, the speed of light in that medium is less. See that this is the diamond. You cut the faces of the diamond. You cut the faces of the diamond by using critical angle and refractive index. Now here the light enters to the diamond. The light enters to the diamond. We know that it undergoes TIR. Inside the diamond, we know that like this, TIR, total internal reflection. Look at here, this is the light enters to the diamond. Inside the diamond, the TIR. Look at here, the total, the complete reflection. After TIR, once again it falls on the surface of the diamond. Once again it undergoes TIR. Inside the diamond, you are going to see that the multiple TIR or many TIR suffers total internal reflection in the diamond. Look at here, this is the ray entering into the diamond and falls on the other surface of the diamond. To draw the normal, this is the normal. This is what? This is the angle of incidence. The critical angle of diamond is 24.4 degree. The condition to get TIR is the incident angle is greater than critical angle. Therefore, this angle is greater than, look at here, this angle is 45 degree. This angle is 45 degree. Here the critical angle of diamond is, you know, that 24.4 degree or 24 degree approximately. The incident angle is greater than 24 degree. Here the incident angle is 45 degree, undergoes TIR. That's why the light suffers TIR. It spends some time inside the diamond. That's why the brilliance of diamond or the sparkles of diamond. So these are the applications of TIR. Next application is mirage, a very important application, the mirage. Know that second application, mirage. What is mirage? Mirage, know that mirage is an optical illusion. It is an optical illusion formed in the hot desert regions due to TIR. ಈ ಮಿರೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಾಟ್ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, TIR ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಲ್ಯೂಷನ್? ಆಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಇಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟ್ರೀ, ಎ ಟ್ರೀ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ನಮಗೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟ್ರೀ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಟ್ರೀ ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ, ಬಟ್ ನನಗನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಟ್ರೀ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೀ. ಅವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಟ್ರೀ ಅಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇಮೇಜ್. ಅವಾಗ ನನಗೇನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಓ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಯಿತು, ಟ್ರೀ ಅಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಇಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ದ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ನೋ ದಟ್ in the morning time, dear students, in the morning time, look at here, this is the object, here tree is the object. The observer, here the observer is there. In the morning time, in the morning time, in the morning time, you know that this is the earth. Above the earth's surface, air temperature is same. Air temperature is same, because in morning time temperature is same and density is same and refractive index is same. So we cannot see the images in the morning time. So I told hot desert regions. When? Afternoon time. That's why in the afternoon time, we know that air temperature differs. If air temperature changes means density of the air changes. Below the surface, hot air, above the surface, cool air. Look at here, this is in afternoon time. Here is the observer, afternoon time. In the afternoon time, the air above, this is the earth's surface. Above the earth's surface, air is hot. We get hot air. If you go above and above, you will get cool air. Look at here, this is the hot air. If you go above, cool air, hot air also called as warm air. Know that cool air has high density and high refractive index. Hot air has less density and less refractive index. If density is, optical density is more, refractive index is more. If optical density is less, refractive index is less. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ? Here hot air has less density and less refractive index. Cool air has high density and high refractive index. From top to bottom, the refractive index decreases. From top to bottom, the refractive index decreases. Air density also decreases because due to the variation of temperature. For decreasing refractive index. Decreasing refractive index. Now here the observer. From the object, the light enters to the observer. Here actually this is the path of the light, but due to the variation of density and variation of refractive index, now the light enters from hot cool air to hot air. It's clear? Cool air in the hot air ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Cool air refractive index is more. Cool air. This is what? Hot air. That's why you know that a ray of light must travels from higher refractive index to lower refractive index, denser to rarer. Cool air is denser, warm air or hot air is lesser. Know that the ray of light travels from denser to rarer. Get TIR. Know that light bends. Light bends and enters to the observer. For the observer, this is the image of the tree. For the observer, the image is going to form. For the observer, light comes from the below the surface of the earth. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಲೈಟ್ ತಲೆಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಫಾರ್ ದ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್, ಲೈಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಬಿಲೋ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವರ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾನೆ ಇದೇ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, this is the image, this is the object. That is called optical illusion. May I clear this? That's why this is the, if you go above, cool air, if you come below the surface, hot air. Now density changes, refractive index changes. For the observer, light comes from below the surface, but actually not, light comes from the object. That's why for the observer, this behaves like an object, this is not the object, this is the image of the object. This is called optical illusion. I clear this? This forms, mirage forms only in the hot desert regions. Next application. Next application is very important. Optical fiber. Third application is optical fiber. What is optical fiber? Optical fiber is a device. Look at here. It is a device. It transmits the light from one end to other end. It suffers TIR. ನೋಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ TIR, ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಲೈಟಿನ ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಲೈಟ್ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? TIR. With optical fiber works on the principle of TIR. Look at here. Now I am going to explain the construction of TIR. The optical fiber is made up of glass or plastic. Glass ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ. Glass optical fiber or plastic optical fiber. Now assume yourself I am using glass optical fiber. Now the optical fiber consists of mainly three parts. One is the inner part. The inner part is called core. Core is made up of glass. Core is the inner part of the optical fiber. Core has high refractive index. It is made up of glass. It has high refractive index. The core is surrounded by cladding. A core ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, that is called cladding. Cladding is the outer part of the core. Cladding has less refractive index. Core diameter is less compared to cladding. Cladding diameter is more than core, but refractive index is less. Both are made up of glass, but due to by mixing some impurities, you are going to reduce the refractive index of the glass. Right? Core is the inner part, cladding is the outer part of the core. To protect the core and cladding, we are using the jacket, because you know that the core size in the order of micrometer. Micrometer means we know that our human being single strand, human being hair is in the order of micrometer. ಈ ಒಂದು ಕೂದಲು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಮೀಟರ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಕೋರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವೊಂದು ಕೂದಲು ಸೈಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿಂಗಲ್, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆಯಾ? ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕೋರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಡಿಂಗ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಜಾಕೆಟ್. ಜಾಕೆಟ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲೇಯರ್. ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ the protection. This is inside the core, outside the cladding. once again this outside, we know that is what? Jacket. Now I am going to explain the working of optical fiber, how it works. Know that this is the core, inner part, it is made up of glass. This is cladding, it is also made up of glass. Due to some impurities, we are reducing the refractive index. This is the axis of the optical fiber. This is the axis. Now inner part we call core. This is the core. This is the cladding. This is the less refractive index. This is high refractive index. This interface or surface is called core cladding surface. So this is what? This is core. This is cladding. This surface is called core cladding interface. Which interface? Core cladding interface. You got it? May I clear this? So look at here. Now the light enters from one end. The light enters into the core and falls on the core cladding surface. Core high refractive index, cladding less refractive index. A ray of light travels from higher refractive index to lower refractive index. It undergoes TIR. Now it falls on the core cladding surface, it suffers TIR. So inside the optical, know that multiple TIR suffers multiple total internal reflection of light. That's why from one end we send the light, from other end we are receiving the light. So TIR means without loss of energy, no loss of energy. We are going to send the light signals or light rays from one end to other end. This is the working of optical fiber. May I clear this? So uses of optical fiber. Know that we are using optical fibers in decoration lamps, in light pipes. We are using, what is light pipe? We will discuss. In endoscopy, we are using optical fibers. Many applications are there. You know that. What is optical cable? Optical cable. We are using optical cable for communication purpose. Know that. What is optical cable? The number of optical fibers or the bundle of optical fibers is called optical cable. Told that optical fiber is very thin. Told that core size in the order of micrometer. This is similar to our one single human being stand here. Imagine yourself how it is thin. That's why for protection we are using jacket in the outer layer. You got it? We are using the optical fibers in communication purpose, in endoscopy, in decorations, like that. Many applications are there. Now the next application is, fourth application is total reflecting prisms. Total reflecting prisms. Total reflecting prisms. Know that what is prism we will discuss later. This time I am explaining in simple way. A prism is a three-dimensional object. It consists of two non-parallel faces tilted with some angle. The prism consists of two triangular faces and three rectangular faces. I am going to explain in later, but I am using the prism for reflecting purpose. Actually, prism deviates the light. In the prism, refraction, we are going to see the refraction in prism. The prism disperses the light, but the prism reflects by using TIR phenomenon. So very important, we are using prisms, total reflecting prisms in cameras, in binoculars we are using total reflecting prism. Look at here, it's just one use I am explaining, one application I am explaining, total reflecting prism. This is, we know that the prism, this is the object here AB. What is AB? AB is the object. Know that from the object you consider the number of rays of light, but here I am using 2 to 3 rays of light, 2 rays. From the object the light rays enters into the prism, it falls on this surface. Here complete reflection, complete total internal reflection. How here TIR, look at here, this is the light rays, draw the normal, know that this is the incident angle, here this is isosceles prism, suppose this is right angle prism, this is 90 degree, 90 degree means this is 45 degree, 45 degree. The incident angle is 45 degree. You know that the critical angle for glass air is nearly 42 degree or 41.92 degree. The critical angle for glass air is nearly 42 degree. But here the incident angle is 45 degree. What are the conditions for TIR? The incident angle is greater than critical angle. Critical angle is 42, the incident angle is 45. Therefore, here we are going to observe the TIR. So, TIR. This is the object, this is the image. Here we are going to turn the image by 90 degree. This is the object, this is the image. What is the degree we rotated? 90 degree. This is the object, this is the image. We turn the object by 90 degree, this is the image. Similarly, we are going to see the image is turned through 180 degree. Look at here, this AB is the object. From the object, we consider the light rays. Now it falls on the surface of the prism, it undergoes TIR. So I am going to show here how it. This is the prism. Now this is the object. Look at here, AB is the object. From the object, we consider the light rays. Now it falls on the prism, it undergoes TIR. How TIR? You have to know that because this is the incident angle. Here 45 degree, you draw the normal, you got 45 degree. The incident angle is greater than critical angle. The incident angle is 45 degree, critical angle for glass air interface is nearly 42 degree. It undergoes TIR. Now once again TIR. Now you are going to see that once again TIR, we got the image. This is the image, this is the object, this is the image. So here the image is inverted, A dash B dash is the image. Now this is the object, this is the image. How much degree? 180 degree. We rotated the image through 180 degree by using prism. Similarly here also the image is turned through 180 without deviation. That's why we are using the prisms for reflecting purpose. We are using in binoculars and cameras. Here the principle is TIR, total internal reflection. Thank you.